Linda Caraberis and welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to be preparing one of my favorite brunch dishes, Strata. And I love Strata because it's a versatile dish and most of all because you can prepare it the night before. Put it in the refrigerator and just pop it into the oven the next day. It's become my holiday favorite at Christmas. Christmas Eve I put the whole thing together, put it in a dish, put it in the refrigerator. The next morning we get up for Christmas, just pop it right into the oven. It's just wonderful. Let's get started. One of the first ingredients I want to talk about is that goes into the Strata is a leek. Now a leek is just a mild onion, and this is how we prepare it. This top part here is very tough, so you first cut off the top of the leek, then you cut off about 1/8 inch of the bottom or the stem portion, cut it down the middle lengthwise. Then, because there might be sand or dirt inside, you bring it to the sink and rinse it out. Bring it back to the cutting board, place flat side down, cut lengthwise and then crosswise so you have nice chopped pieces. Now, if you don't have leeks, you can substitute onion. So, okay, let me put that aside. Now, the next thing that goes into this dish is Swiss chard. And if you like spinach, you're going to love Swiss chard. And if you've never tried it, please give it a try. It's a nice earthy, sweet vegetable. And of course, greens are at the top of the nutrition chart. They've got the most nutrients. And chard is just loaded with vitamins A and C. And look at how beautiful this is. Comes in a bunch like this, and this particular chard is called Bright Lights. And because chard comes in both red and green, this is kind of a nice bunch because you can get both the red and green together. And the red just means, the leaf portion is still green, but it's got this beautiful red vein that flows through it. And of course, then it's mixed in with the green. So this makes a colorful addition to your dish. If you want to know more about greens, this has become an invaluable source for me. This is called Greens, Glorious Greens. And this cookbook author and professional, she's a personal chef, Catherine Walders, and I've mentioned her on other programs, wrote this wonderful cookbook all about greens. Tells you everything about preparing them, storage, what to look for, as well as tons of recipes. And you can get this on Amazon. So Greens, Glorious Greens, love this. This has been a great source for me. Right. Now, how do you prepare the chard? Well, first you take the bunch and you take this off, and I get a big bowl of cold water and just plunge all the leaves in the water, bring the leaves out of the water, shake it off, but leave some of the water on the leaves. Then, I've got 3 leaves here to demonstrate how to cut up the chard. Okay, you don't really use these stems because these are kind of tough. And you could use them in soup, but today we're doing the Strata, so we won't be using them. Now you take each leaf. And I know this is a little bit time consuming, but you need to take the vein off. So I just cut right along the edge like that, right along the vein. And cut that vein right out. Okay, we'll stack those 2. See, here's that beautiful red chard. Isn't that beautiful? Stack these. Hey, you know what? When you're doing this, put on some music in the background, glass of wine, and have some fun. I just love cooking, though. To me, it's very relaxing. We stack our leaves like this. Now, what you want to do is roll it like a cigar shape. So, of course, the larger leaves are easier to do. Okay, is that enough like a cigar shape? Start at one end, thin slices, about 1/8 of an inch. And look at this. Beautiful, nice little shreds. And I've already prepared some chard earlier. And here's one bunch of chard, and that's about a 1/2 pound, which is what you want for this dish. Now we'll get to the second stage of our strata. Let me get my pan heated up. Start a large skillet on low heat. This is a 10-inch skillet, so 10 or 12-inch skillet is fine. Add a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. We'll let that heat up a little bit. Add the chopped leeks. Stir the leeks around a little bit. Put the cover on, let it go a couple of minutes just to soften the leeks. While the leeks are cooking, let me show you one of my newest gadgets that I absolutely love. This is a garlic press, and it minces garlic beautifully. And this is especially great if you have to do quite a few cloves of garlic. And I'll show you how that works. Here's the chamber. I've smashed a couple of cloves of garlic just so I can take the peel off. Put it in the chamber like this. And now, oh boy, those are getting, those are getting a little brown. That's okay. Now press it like this. Check out how nicely that minces the garlic. Let me just shut off the heat so those don't brown too much. Oh yeah. If you're making sauce or anything and you've got to do quite a few cloves of garlic, that's perfect. Okay, I'm just going to mix that around a little bit. Let the flavor get into the oil. Get those nice brown crusty bits up from the pan. Oh boy. Actually, let me add a little bit of water, or you can add sherry to deglaze the pan. Get all that nice flavor. Now let me turn the heat back on. And this is when we add raisins or any type of dried fruit. Oh yeah. And we'll add our greens. And you can do these in batches if your pan's not big enough, but it looks like all of these are going to fit. And we're just going to cook this until it's wilted. And if it starts to stick, all you do is add a little bit of water. So these leaves look pretty dry. We add about a tablespoon of water. Put the cover on to let it steam a little bit. This is only going to take less than 2 minutes. Look at those beautiful greens in there, the nice red and green colors. Smells so good. Nice and healthy, nice greens. All right, I'm turning off my heat. These are done. This is what they should look like, just wilted. I leave the cover off and let these cool a bit while I mise en place for the next step of the dish. We're going to be using bread cubes in this dish instead of the slices of bread. And what type of bread do you want to use? Any type of dense white bread. In today's dish, I'm using a basic Italian bread that you would purchase in the supermarket. And you don't want to use the Italian bread, a Durham, which is with all the holes in it. You want a regular, nice, dense white bread. Italian, French, ciabatta. If you want to make this dish richer, you can use that beautiful Jewish egg bread called challah. Oh, that is so good, and that will make it rich and add even more eggs to this. So, I have 6 eggs in my bowl here. Let me just break these up a little bit. I add half and half. Nutmeg, salt, basil, and pepper, black pepper. We whisk this together. Okay. Bread cubes. Parmesan cheese. Swiss cheese. I'm using Virginia baked ham for a nice smoky flavor. And that's one of the beauties about this dish. Also, I just want to take a moment here to talk about you can add any type of protein you want. I also used in the past some nice flavored pre-cooked chicken sausage you can dice up. You can cook some pork sausage and crumble it into the dish. Any type of cheese you have on hand, which I imagine that's probably how this dish was first created. People used to have to use stuff up in their refrigerator or in their ice boxes back in the day. And especially if you were on a farm. I mean, I really didn't research the origins of this dish, but like a lot of dishes, I imagine that's how it got started anyway, using up stuff or being on a farm and having to, you had plenty of dairy. So, okay, let me mix this together. Starting to take shape now. Okay. I add that green mixture. The raisins, it's going to add some sweetness. Oh, beautiful. I mix this together. And as a shortcut, you can use a 6-ounce bag of baby spinach. So then you wouldn't have to do any preparation of the greens at all. But I highly recommend you try the Swiss chard. So when you do have some time, get yourself a bunch of Swiss chard. Okay. I have here a 2-quart baking dish that earlier I learned this trick from Cara in North Attleboro, and I love this. You just take the dish and you open up your dishwasher door and spray it into the dishwasher. So that way you just close the door and then it's all cleaned up. You don't have to worry about getting the spray anywhere on your counters or around your sink. And I just love that little tip that she gave me. So, of course, that's if you have a dishwasher. If not, well, okay. Now we pour this into the dish. Oh yeah. Oh, it smells so good already. I would describe this as a savory bread pudding. Oh, look at this. Okay. Now we cover this with plastic wrap, put it in the refrigerator, let it set overnight, 8 hours or overnight. Okay, I've covered this with plastic wrap. Into the refrigerator it goes. And I created one last night that's already been in here overnight, and I'll show you what that looks like. Now the bread cubes have soaked up all that goodness. And this is what it looks like. Now you leave this out on the countertop for 30 minutes. And we'll top it with cheese, and into a preheated 375-degree oven it will go. It's been 30 minutes. Top with cheese. My oven is preheated to 375 degrees. Oh, I can hardly wait. Into the oven for about 35 minutes, or until a knife inserted in the center comes out clean. Oh, our strata is done. And wait till you put your eyes on this. Oh, yes. Look at this. I know you're hungry, but we'll have to wait 10 minutes while this sets up to cut it. Okay. Can hardly wait. Okay, it's been 10 minutes. I'm so hungry. Are you? I love brunch, especially when you don't have to put it all together that morning. So let's cut a piece. Let's see how this came out. Doesn't this look beautiful? Oh, look at that. Look at that, will you? Can hardly wait. Let's take a piece. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Oh, is that good? Strata. Layers of textures and flavors. You have the custard-like softness of the eggs with the chewiness of the bread, the sweetness of the raisins, the smokiness of the ham, and the savory greens. What a combination. Well, thank you for spending time with me in my kitchen this week. For previous episodes and for more recipes, log on to lindas-kitchen.com. I'm Linda Carabaris, and I'll see you the next time. I want to get back to this.